You feel me?
Okay.
All right, y'all. So basically, what we doing with my uncle, man, he's somebody that's impacted me, and he's given me a lot of knowledge. He's given educate. He's educated lots of people. So we doing something different. Normally, I have people on and we do an interview, but we doing like a 4-part series with my uncle, man, because he's always welcome. Doors always open for him to come through, share some knowledge, give some insight.
I mean, to me, it was like, excitement, this, that, and the other. But at the same time, I still was young. So that wasn't so much my life. It wasn't so much my life then. It was like I was just an all around person type guy because I was like,
Yeah.
okay, my cousins and them, they wasn't from the north. So they wasn't doing no biking when I came to Tennessee. No. They wasn't doing nothing. There ain't nobody. So when I first started riding bikes down here, they called me the motorcycle man. All right, come the motorcycle man, right? Trying to crack a joke and a funny now, right? And I'm like, wow, y'all done seen this. Y'all done seen our cousins, them come up, friends, all this. But now, because I'm the first one to so-called do it, I didn't think I was the first one to do it. I just wanted to do something.
Yeah.
I wasn't trying to be first to say I'm number one to do it. I was just trying to do something that I wanted to do, and that was it. So,
wow, man. So if just seeing that, man, and when you started I'm trying to get my headphones right, I might have to just take them out. But just coming down here and riding, and when did you notice? I don't want to say the set, but when did you notice that the culture and the motorcycle culture and the motorcycle set here began to grow into something? Like, did you see it when it was beginning to blossom, or?
I was part of it. I didn't see it, just see it.
Yeah.
I was part of it because, now when I came here, bruh, it was motorcycle sets out here. It was motorcycle clubs out here.
Okay.
People was doing their things because, I remember even before I had already moved down here. Like my oldest brother, he lived on Jefferson Street.
Okay.
And he lived right across the street, directly across the street from the Roadrunners.
Wow.
Okay, directly, Roadrunners had a building right here. My brother lived directly across the street, right?
Wow.
So when the Roadrunners would have their field meet on Jefferson Street, my brother would have a fish fry at his house. So, we get to stand outside and, look, this, that, and the other, and see things. So, I mean, it was kind of like, bro, it was like damn near destiny. It was always around me, even though I had my time to change it or not to go or to do something different or whatever, but it was just always there.
Yeah.
And like my brother, he ran with the searchers back then, you know what I'm saying? But he drove a car.
Okay.
He know how to let the clutch off and make a motor. I saw him on a motorcycle one time. And this is my oldest brother now. My other brother, TooShy, and them, they ride, they roll, they still ride now. But this is my oldest brother right now. He lives in Dixon. He's still with us now. But saw him on a motorcycle one time. He let the clutch go. He made the clutch ride. That's it. Okay, but he was a part of the searchers back then. I even got a picture in my phone with them in Milwaukee. But it's like I was always around it some kind of way. When I left from up there and I came down here, then there was stuff going on down here, and then my other brother and them started, got a little club up in Milwaukee and stuff. I call home, see what's going on, and he was like, yeah, he done, came home from his vacation and he doing better, got a job, this, that, and the other. And I was like, I was tired of the snow and I wanted to see what was down here. And, they started their little club. First they was riding around. And like in Milwaukee in the summertime, you can always find a pack of motorcycles. Like, as I'm coming up in Nashville, being younger, I could see a pack of motorcycle guys riding around, and guess who that was back then? A long time ago. Guess who it was? Young cats.
Who?
It's still around there. That was One Wheel.
Oh man.
That was One Wheel. But that was after, like, I had done started the players up and everything. Which
Okay.
when I came here to go back, when I first came here and I'm looking around and I'm actually starting to get indulged with the motorcycle set, what I'm seeing is the Gold Wings, which nobody on the set talk about. Act like they don't exist. But they existed to me. And I ain't got no problem with acknowledging. You know what I mean? Like me and my cousin, Old Bird, we would go down to the Gold Wings, right? And our thing was to dance with any fat woman or any old woman in the club, right?
Okay.
Bro, we going to Gold Wings on a Friday night. Super Deep playing. We got our little bunny on our back. We calling ourselves the players, right? So we down there, we dancing with everybody every woman in the club we dance with, right? So after we start dancing with the old women and the big women, of course, the other women get jealous. They like, we want to dance with them too. Bro, we down there every weekend, partying, having the best time. Like I said, no shooting, no stabbing, no none of this, right? Just having a good time, man. Just being us, just having a good time. No BS. I'm thinking I'm riding a little, because back then I was going back and forth to Dayton, Ohio.
Shout out to Dayton, Ohio, man.
Yes, Frankie Carr.
Hey, y'all know how to do it. I'll give you that.
I had a buddy, an older cat in Dayton, Ohio, Frankie Carr. He would give me 5 or 6 motorcycles at a time. Shot, here you go. Take these to Nashville and sell them. I'll bring them down here and sell them. He'd give me one.
Wow.
I take them motorcycles, sell one to my club members and stuff. So we had old motorcycles back then. We didn't have nothing new like One Wheel. They had them good bikes.
Shout out One Wheel, man.
That's Fred them, old Fred. This Mr. C. You had some cats around, like I think Jason was around.
Yeah.
Johan. It was several of them other guys around, but I didn't even know them guys' name. I just knew Fred because he had this little motorcycle, and back then I was like, how you get that stuff on there? Did he get it painted? I don't know if it was Louis Vuitton or something. It was something. But it was wrapped. Come to find out, it was wrapped, and he kept doing it. He would like change it from one thing to another.
Yeah.
I was like, but it was a little bike. And like my partners and them had the little record shop on Jefferson Street, Platinum Bound Records. Shout out to them because Jesse's still around. Wow. Jesse's still here. He runs and DJs out at the 9 Bar out in Antioch.
Oh, that's what's up. Shout out Jesse, yo.
Yeah, DJ Infamous is what they call him.
Oh, okay.
So, long story short, man, we out. We on Jefferson Street. We doing our thing, and we out. Then all of a sudden we seeing these packs of guys just riding. They just ride. They all at Hadley Park. And when you see one, you know how you see the little guys on the little scooters, the little dirt bikes and stuff now?
Yep.
That was them back in the day.
Wow.
That was them.
Okay.
Because it wasn't one particular kind of bike. It wasn't just sport bikes. Some of them had some regular bikes and they used to keep up and everything else. But that's how that was them back in the day. So then, we was already established. We was doing our thing. We was already going out of town and everything. So then, like I said, we was going to the Gold Wings. We was hanging out with the old heads, Chief them. That was the president of the Gold Wings. We was hitting the low riders, who was Junior Phillips. Mm-hmm. We was hitting the road runners. Like I said, the road runners back then was Pappy and Diddley. You know what I'm saying? We was hitting them. We was hitting all the old heads, right? Now, I lived down the street from the Bold Riders. I lived next door to Kenny Fisher.
Okay.
Of the Bold Riders.
Okay.
And I lived like 4 houses down from Big J.
Big J, shout out Big J.
I never really, at the beginning, I never knew him.
Okay.
We was just doing our thing. So I was like, shit, we out here, man. We doing our thing, and it was a wonderful thing back then, bro. It wasn't political.
Yeah.
And then your favorite movie came on, and that's what made it political.
Biker Boys?
Yes.
Biker Boys, man.
That's what made it political.
That
bro.
was the game changer. And like my last interview with the legendary Black Dragon, shout out Black Dragon. You know, he talked about it briefly of how his involvement with it, you know, just changed the game. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
hey, it impacted a lot of people, man. It impacted a lot of people. So to piggyback off that, then, when you seen that movie when it came out, how did people react to it, and what was the change that came with it?
Everybody, I'm talking about from the time that movie came out, bruh. If there wasn't clubs, if it was 3 clubs in Nashville, bruh, came 15, came 9, came 6, came 8, came this, came that, right? They was just coming up. They was coming up. They started to pop out.
So you went from like,
not instantly.
yeah, but
over
but
course
that
of,
it was a bubble from
Yeah.
like if the movie came out, I want to say if the movie came out in 2003, by 2005, you had clubs just.
you had clubs coming up.
Pop.
Yes, exactly.
Wow.
They started to pop out.
Wow, man.
They started to pop out. It really happened just like that. You know, I remember we went to, you know, it was the end thing. It had everybody go to the movies, right? So we used to have these little blue shirts. And even though Baby Girl was back in the club back then too. You know who Baby Girl is?
I want to say I do, but I think I want to say something may have happened though.
No, Baby Girl. Let me tell you who Baby Girl.
Okay, because I might be confused.
Baby Girl is one of your members' baby mama's mama. Tell me what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
Okay, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Okay, back then, even back then, she was a player.
Was she?
Yes. Got
Wow.
pictures. Yeah, had a motorcycle and everything.
Wow.
Yeah, had a motorcycle and everything.
I see it.
So, you know, we would be doing that thing, man. It was a beautiful thing, bro, but I can't remember, bro. I can't remember one cat on the set. And if you even go back and you ask Fred and them, or you ask the old brothers from One Wheel, even if you go and ask the brothers from, like even Junior Phillips, he gone or whatever, right? I ain't gonna tell you that did nobody get shot, but it wasn't like now, bro.
Yeah,
It wasn't like now. It wasn't like now. You know, I'm thinking maybe the old heads had pistols and the young ones didn't. You know what I'm saying? But it definitely wasn't like now. You know, up north they had them, but like I said, you took it by force. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, down even in the South, it wasn't all the pistol game like it is now. Like, you got to have it on your side and a gun permit and all that stuff. But, you know, we kind of done, you know, revolved into something else. I don't know what, but it's definitely going down now.
It's sad that it's like that, man. Because I tell people from time to time, I never tell you this. I always take advice, you know, I always listen. I'm not quick to just, hey, this is what I know. But I tell people from time to time, man, it's a beautiful thing, man. This set, it can be a beautiful thing when you have, this is one place where you have consistently a gathering of black men consistently to come together. We share a common denominator, a common bond on this love for riding motorcycles. And when we're together, we're unstoppable. And, you know, it's disheartening when you see like the egos and stuff get in the way and cloud and mess up people's judgment, and they act a fool, you know. But this is, I didn't have the ability or the blessing to be able to be a part of when it first started, but I'm trying my best, like even now, to do what I can to bring back that genuine love or passion for this thing, you know. After Biker Boys and everything, you had the bubble with all the clubs that came through. What was something that was different? What was different for you, or what was different out here from before till after when all the clubs started popping up? What was something that was noticeably different?
Basically, when I want to say, and I'm kind of, get gray off in these areas because I probably have done been so many places and done rode and met so many different people, man, that I started to get burnt out. I mean, family life, everything, you know what I'm saying? From the touch and go times, from me and Bird, bumping heads, old DJ Outlaw, which is in Texas now, man, and we just running around, being free or whatever. And at the time, it's like it's cool, but when you start to think and reality started to set in, and you got some people getting killed on their motorcycles and stuff like that, it kind of, it makes you think.
Okay.
It made you think. So then it's like hitting roundups, from going to hitting roundups to even doing your ride out to quote unquote Cali. Even that, bruh, it's like it does different stuff to you, man. It don't so-called what it changes you, but it gives you knowledge to do other things, and then you start feeling certain ways. So then it's like me as a player, I'm starting to evolve into something else because I'm seeing more, because the times that my club couldn't go, I would still go. I would still be hitting that pavement and hitting that ground, So I'm starting to look for influential people, if that's the right way to say it.
Yeah.
Mr. Preston Shaw, I know you're going to be somewhere doing it. Yeah, TooShy, use a big word. Anyway, it's like, man, I start to see, I'm starting to pay attention to anybody that's a president, anybody that's an old head. So I'm starting to make sure that, I keep my alignment in line when it comes down to old heads, and it comes down to people that I look at as my mentors.
Okay.
I pretty much had 3. 2 of them are gone. I still got 1. The first 2, which was Blood out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. He was a Wolfpack president. Before he was Wolfpack, he was the main president and founder of the Outer Limits Social Club, I think. Okay, and then it was Michael Canard, Nyrod, right?
Yeah.
Now both of them, the brothers, they gone. Mike done a lot of things. He taught me a lot of stuff. He really did. Deborah did too. So then it's like, as I'm starting to evolve, my last one, he's still with us now today.
Okay.
Tell me who it is. He in Nashville. Give me one guess. Just take one guess. Now he old head. One guess. You probably get him. He still ride.
I do not want to get this wrong. That's why I'm.
He still ride.
He still ride?
He still ride today.
Nah.
Okay. But brother, I'm just gonna go out and tell you. Last one but not least was Ramrod.
Ramrod. Shout out to Ramrod.
Yeah. Now, I got folks that's around me, like my brothers and his friends and stuff like that I don't even count as mentors, because those are that's like family like shit. I don't consider them as being my mentors on the outside or whatever and stuff like that. But it's like I started to go along those lines, and like Frankie, God, I was telling you, he was giving me the motorcycles in Dayton. It's like Frankie would always, young blood, let me tell you, these motherfucking hoes, these bitches, they don't want nothing but your money. And Frankie was cool. He was a short guy. He would always laugh and smile and everything, right? But he was like, man, you got to go on and handle your business. Now, he had a bike shop that if you didn't have a bike, but you wanted a bike,
okay,
and you could pay for a bike, he found a way for you to get a bike.
Wow, that's
okay. So, I mean, Ramrod know Frankie out there. He'll tell you about it. But, Frankie passed a couple years back as well. But
okay,
it's like, man, I started to get that alignment. So I started paying attention to the presidents. So I would go and holler at a Junior Phillips. You know what I'm saying? We would rent Diddley and them clubhouse. But the last time around, which right now is Larry's place.
Yeah.
That building was there way back then, old biker hall.
Wow.
You know, and go down to the Gold Wings and have a party. You know, but at the same time, back then, I still had a civilian life. Like, I was a bartender at the Modern Era, which a lot of people don't even know the Modern Era exists because now, look what's on the lot. You know, it's like, I don't know how many stories is that building. You know, the insurance building is right there on the backside.
Yeah.
You don't know these. But anyway, you know, it's just, the list goes on, brother. I mean, you know, you get touched by so many people, and then I see the presidents that's coming up, like, you know, like Vic would come up, Quintana. I would just see different people, man, and I was like a magnet. You know, the Wolf. You don't know Wolf, but Wolf is you know Pinky. You know who Pinky is?
Yeah.
Bird old lady Pinky.
Yeah.
Pinky Marshall is what they call her. Her daddy named Wolf, right? They had the Nomads and the Pirates way back then. And, you know, Kenny Fisher, you know, man, Norton. It was so many older cats back then. Even Deacon, it was a lot of older cats, and I would just migrate to them to get the knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Trying to understand certain things. Joe Fisher, his daughter on the set now. She hangs out over at Naptown, this, that, and other. Man, I was just a sponge, bro. It was like it was like a kid in a candy store. I wanted all this. I got all these people to talk to, and I want to know something from them. So I got a little bit of all these cats in me, and that's just in this city. You know, I can, people from Louisville, people from Memphis, people from St. Louis, people from everywhere, bro. Back then we went everywhere. It wasn't no place that I didn't go, and so now it's like, when I'm in the club now and I'm seeing the bros and we talking about going to South Carolina, this, that, and the other, and we talking about going here. Bro, I went to all them places back then. Now, we didn't too much do East Coast.
Okay.
You know, far as, you know, Virginia and Philly. We had a chapter. Now, I done Philly on my second statement, but not on this one. This was, we talking about the beginning. But, you know, we went a lot of places, man. Went a lot of places that the clubs in the South wouldn't go. Or didn't go. It ain't that they couldn't go. They just didn't leave Davidson County, and some of them still don't do that right now today.
Yeah.
But, you know, I was a sponge. I learned. I tried to learn as much as I could.
And that's kind of how when I got into it, when I first got into it, one of the first things I did was try to meet the different people that were either not necessarily presidents, but people that were impacting or bringing forth some type of positive influence. Mm-hmm. I'd go sit out and meet different presidents, and we go out sit at a bar and just talk, and I would just learn from them. Mm-hmm. I didn't have to talk because I understood you've been doing this way longer than me, and we would just talk, and I would just gather information. I'm just gathering information. I'm like, yeah, give me all of that. I'm gonna need all of that. Mm-hmm. And it's crazy because some of the stuff they would say would happen, or this is gonna happen, or that's gonna happen, or you need to watch for this, and it'd be the smallest slight or the smallest change of people's patterns or habits, and you're like, I see it, and it's you have to be able for the younger guys coming in. You've got to be able to understand you're not an expert at this when you first come into this thing, and you probably never will be. You always got to be willing to learn and be able to be like a sponge and absorb the things that is going on and be able to take knowledge from people that have been doing this way before you. So, I mean, that's what I did, and that's one of the things that you told me to do. So
yeah, I mean, it works, man. It gives you something. You know, nowadays, a lot of advice that I give to the young cats, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't even consider you as being young no more, nephew.
Yeah,
you got a lot of sense now, but it's a lot of them that comes behind you. You know, I pretty much tell them, you know, and I was telling one of my cousins today, bruh. Now as I done got older, I listen more to what the young cats got to say than the older cats. And the reason why is because it's like, man, the young cats now, some of them got a lot of knowledge. Some of them got a lot of sense, and some of them, you know, they doing things that I didn't do back then, as far as taking care of their family. You know, as far as I took care of my family, but I mean, like, you making sure that your level stays in line. My level was, hey, let's get it. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. Let's party. Let's kick it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But now, you know, I'm running into these cats, you know, and, you know, it makes a difference to me because I like to see them go farther than me. I like to see them mentioning me just like I can mention them. You know what I'm saying? Some of the cats that's on the set nowadays, bruh, like, for instance, you got Snow. And as I go across the room, you know, I talk to Mike from Dark Side a lot. I talk from just different clubs. I see the stuff that even people like Big Dog from Dynamite Rock, y'all handle y'all business as family men. You know what I'm saying? Making sure that y'all got something to back up on, because sooner or later this motorcycle stuff, it phases out.
Yeah.
You crash and burn, believe me. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you got your home front, your porch lined up, and the old rocking chair stable for you, because sooner or later, you see what I'm saying? I got this right here now, right? Because sometimes this old leg and this old ankle get to hurting, and sometimes I need it. But it's like I listen to what some of these guys got to say, you know, even down in Columbia, you know what I'm saying? The country boys down there, I listen to these cats, I look at these cats run their business, I look at these cats ride them mics, you know, some of them ride along, some of them don't, but they make sure that they got their family. And it ain't about just, you know, if you ride, if you don't ride, you know, if you handle your business and then later in life you get free, because I had to come to grips with some of this. And we ain't gonna talk about this segment because this is like in the fourth segment.
Okay.
But I had to come to agreement with some of these bros that, you know, even some of my bros, you got your shit together and now you come back on the set. And I had to come to grips to respect it, because me coming up, the set was like, it was different. It was like the set for me coming up was like it was like a damn street gang in Milwaukee, and you just transferring over, you just growing up. But so now that I get grown, I'm saying to myself, I ain't just out here struggling, but I'm out here and I'm, you know, I make do. I do pretty decent. But at the same time, I'm like, I could have done a whole lot better if I'm doing it some of the ways that these guys do. I see the cats like the Rare Breed, they pop up, the West Coast Club popping up, you know what I'm saying? I'm back in the day, the Steel Horsemen, I'm looking at these cats and I'm like, these cats got $30,000 motorcycles. Now back then I'm riding the old Cavalcade, but I thinking this the best thing going, you know what I'm saying? And you know, I'm digging this and I'm seeing it and I'm like, you know, not understanding balance in life. So now if I'm gonna pass something on and I see a young brother coming up, I'm gonna tell him, hey man, make sure you got your line straight, bro. It ain't about these gals out here. It ain't about this. You know what I'm saying? If you get your gal, you meet a good gal on the set and you feel like she the one, make sure she the one. But what I'm telling you is make sure you got your line straight, because I done seen a lot of straight lines that get crooked at the end. In my opinion, I'd rather have a crooked line in the beginning and then be able to straighten it out. See what I'm saying? But I talk to a lot of these young guys because they lines are straight in the beginning, and I'm hoping that they can keep it like that. But it's a hard journey for them, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, and I just pay attention, man. You know, I try to surround myself with, you know, not just my bros, but I try to surround myself, even if you ain't a bro, with positive people. And just because you 25 or 32 or whatever, and I might be a little bit older, don't mean you ain't got no knowledge. Don't mean you ain't got no sense. Don't mean you ain't got no sense of direction. You know what I'm saying? And if I'm paying you some attention, you know, I'm paying you some attention because I respect who you are. as a man in what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? And that's because I feel like you respect me to come to me.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at with that, bro. You know, you and yourself, you speak for yourself. You know, I gave you a vision. I told you what I wanted to do, and you was like, I thought about doing that too. And you went here with it. You know what I'm saying? I see folks out here doing the same thing. I ain't mad at them.
Right.
I wish them the best in life. You know, hey, if you ever need me for something, I ain't hard to find.
Right.
You know what I mean? But it's like, just do it. Don't tell nobody. I don't never tell nobody, don't do this, you can't do that, none of that. If I can help you, let me help you. You know what I'm saying? I will help you. You know what I'm saying? Because I want you to go further than me. I don't want you to match me. I want you to go further than me. Because, you know, it might be one day you might say to yourself, hey, old uncle over there broke down, which I doubt.
Right.
But, you know, if it ever comes to that, because, you know, the world is changing, okay? If it ever comes to that and you see me broke down, you be like, you know what, I got to go take care of my aunt. He ain't never asked me for nothing. He ain't asked me for now.
Always.
You see what I'm saying? So that's why them cats like that, man, them cats is doing their thing. And I see them out here on the big wheel bikes and shit. I'm like, you know, maybe back in the day I might would have done that, but I wouldn't do it now. But I don't knock you from doing it. But at the same time, they got their shit in order to do it. You see what I'm saying? But my thing is, keep that line straight, brother. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Drag some of these other brothers that ain't got no straight line. Get them in line. Pull them along with you. You know what I'm saying? Because the more people you pull along through that straight line, the further they gonna go, and the further you gonna go.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at with it.
Well, Unc, man, I appreciate it. This is only part one. I will say this. This is only the beginning. Even with this channel, one thing that I've learned from you is to make things or leave things better when you leave than when you first came.
Yes.
To impact things, make things better when you leave than when you first came, when you first found something. And this is part of my journey. Mm-hmm. Part of my journey of doing that is to do the channel, to do the podcast, to do the YouTube. And you've impacted me. You've impacted. I mean, I can't speak for everybody, but I know, I can tell by the way they carry themselves, by some of the stuff that they say, that you've impacted them. And when they make decisions when we're out here, that your impact is heavy, and it's a good heavy. It's not a bad heavy. Mm-hmm. So, on behalf of Redline Legendz and myself, man, I appreciate you. We celebrate you, and we got nothing but respect and love for you. So we gonna wrap this part one up. But best believe, we gonna get down into the, I don't want to say the nitty gritty, but we gonna get down into some interesting topics, and we gonna pick Uncle's brain, Uncle TooShy. I appreciate you, brother.
All right.
Redline Legendz. Make sure y'all subscribe. I need y'all to subscribe. Help me out. Let's get this thing going. And we're going to take this thing to another level. For all y'all people that are in other states, all right. So y'all just comment in the what do you call it? The comment box. Where y'all at? Send me y'all annual information. We pound. So I'll be there. Just hit me up. But make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. Redline Legendz Podcast. We out. Shout out to my club, Block Burners. Love y'all.